Senator Hancock.
Thank you, Mr. President. SB 230 simplifies and clarifies the parole system to ensure that if both the Board of Parole Hearings and the governor find an inmate safe for parole, the person will be paroled in a timely manner. The amendments taken in the Assembly are simple chaptering out amendments. The bill has no opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on concurrence.
Thank you, Senator Hancock. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. No. No Bates. No Bell. Aye Berryhill. No Block. Aye Cannella. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines.
No.
No Galgiani. Glazer. Aye Hall. Aye Hancock. Aye Hernandez. Aye Hertzberg. Aye Hill. Aye Weso. Huff. Jackson. Aye Lutta. Aye Leno. Aye Leva. Aye Liu. Aye McGuire. Aye Mendoza. Aye Mitchell. Aye Monning. Aye Morlock. No Morrell. No Wynn. No Nielsen. No Pan. Aye Pavley. Aye Roth. No. Runner. No. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk aye. Huff no. Wesso aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Allen. Cannella. Fuller. Galgiani. No.
Ayes 23, noes 14. Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we will now move forward with file item 24. Senator Hill. Yes, now we'll be announcing the votes from here on out. Thank you. Senator Hill, or Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 361 by Senator Hill, an act relating to public health and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Great. Senator Hill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Back on concurrence is SB 361, which helps solve antibiotic resistance by promoting judicious antibiotic prescribing in nursing homes and by veterinarians. Assembly amendments require continuing education for veterinarians every 4 years in antibiotic prescribing. There is no opposition, and the bill has received unanimous support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on concurrence.
Thank you, Senator Hill. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 39, no 0. Measure passes, or Assembly amendments are concurred with. Thank you. Members, will now move forward on file item 25. Senator Pan, not at his desk. File item 26, Senator Mendoza, not at his desk. File item 27, Senator Wolk. Secretary, please read.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 83 by Senator Wolk relative to the International Year of Soils.
Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. SCR 83, the amendments that are added in the Assembly only have to do with co-authors. I ask for concurrence in the Assembly amendments. This is a resolution on the International Year of Soils. I ask for your concurrence.
Thank you, Senator Wolk. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 39, noes 0. Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members will now move forward with file item 28, Senator Bell. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 11 by Senator Bell, an act relating to peace officer training standards.
Senator Bell.
Mr. President, members, this bill, SB 11, is back for concurrence. The bill deals with behavioral health training and cultural competency training for our police officers. Assembly amendments reduce the number of mandated hours from 20 to 15 hours and ask that these hours be taken as part of the existing mandated hours in the academy. And the continuing education mandate is, we limited to 3-hour and said that continuing education shall be developed by each law enforcement agency. These amendments were taken to Assembly. It has widespread support now from the mental health community, disability advocates, law enforcement, including California Chief Association, Association of Highway Patrolmen, and I'd like to thank the Commissioner of Highway Patrol for helping us on this as well. So I request your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Bell. Members, any debate or discussion? Senator Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just very briefly, I stood and spoke in support of the bill. Previously, I'm proud to be a co-author with Senator Bell. He convened a hearing in my district on this critical issue. It's very timely. It's a smart investment and a smart strategy to combat some of the issues we've seen across the state, and I encourage an aye vote.
Great. Thank you, Senator Mitchell. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none. Senator Bell, would you like to close?
Thank you. I urge an aye vote on this matter. Thank you.
Great. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 39, noes 0. Assembly amendments are concurred with. Now move to file item 29, Senator Roth. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 25 by Senator Roth, an act relating to local government finance.
Senator Roth.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, the Assembly amendments to Senate Bill 25 were conflict-out amendments and were technical in nature. Senate Bill 25 has received no votes in either House. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Roth. Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. I again want to say thank you to my colleague from Riverside in accepting those amendments. Two of the cities are cities that I represented as a county supervisor. One now exists in my senatorial district. These are cities that provided economic studies that was expected of all cities. They went through the LAFCO process, and then only, unfortunately, at the last minute, and especially in the case of Jurupa Valley, had the carpet pulled out from underneath them with the rules being changed, which has put Jurupa Valley in jeopardy of not being feasible financially to maintain services for their residents. And so I appreciate the senator from Riverside, my counterpart, in bringing this forward once again. And we certainly hope that the governor will sign this bill so that we can restore confidence in public safety for Republicans and Democrats that live in all four of these cities. I urge an aye vote. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Senator Stone. Members, any further discussion or debate? Seeing none, Senator Roth, would you like to close?
Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
All right. Thank you, Senator Roth. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 38, noes 0. Assembly amendments are concurred with. We'll now move to file item 30. Senator Hernandez. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 43 by Senator Hernandez, an act relating to health care coverage.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, the Assembly amendments clarify the effective dates of the provisions and that the dental benefits received by children under Medi-Cal as of 2014 is the benchmark benefit for the pediatric oral services. With that, members, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hernandez. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. File item 31, Senator Liu. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 64 by Senator Liu, an act relating to transportation planning.
Senator Liu.
Thank you, Mr. President. Amendments in the Assembly added the words specific action-oriented recommendations and added a co-author. I simply ask for your concurrence in Assembly amendments.
Great. Thank you, Senator Liu. Members, any debate or discussion on this issue? Secretary? Oh, Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excuse me. In Orange County, we required, after the bankruptcy reorganization, and we required every department to have a business plan. And every year it would include the accomplishments of the prior year and then all the projects that would be pursued in the upcoming year. So we knew what departments were doing. We knew what their metrics were, what their performance measurements were. We had a results-oriented government program so that we knew how we could measure government, and that was required in their business plan. So I think it's imperative, especially at this time in our state's history, that Caltrans have a transportation plan. So I strongly affirm this bill and urge an aye vote. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Morlock. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Liu, would you like to close?
I simply ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Liu. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, call the absent members.
De Leon. Fuller. Hill. Hill, aye.
Ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members will now move to file item 32. Senator Galgiani. Senator Galgiani, file item 32. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 162 by Senator Galgiani, an act relating to hazardous waste.
Senator Galgiani.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. SB 162 would extend the sunset date on the Treated Wood Waste Program. The Treated Wood Waste Program provides for the safe disposal and handling of wood waste that might otherwise be disposed of in an inappropriate landfill, and also provides worker safety standards. The bill has broad support and no opposition. I respectfully request your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Galgiani. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members will move to file item 33. Senator Hall. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 199 by Senator Hall, an act relating to public social services.
Senator Hall.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Senators, Assembly amendments to SB 199 are technical and clarifying in nature. I respectfully ask for your aye.
Thank you, Senator Hall. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. File item 34, Senator Jackson. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 221 by Senator Jackson, an act relating to public employment.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this member is back on concurrence. It provides disabled veterans who are just entering state employment with a one-time allocation of sick leave so they can attend medical appointments for their disabilities. The amendments add co-authors and make minor technical changes. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none. Ayes 38, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we're now going to move to file item 37. Senator Jackson, are you prepared to bring these forward? Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 579 by Senator Jackson, enacting to employment.
Senator
Thank you, Mr.
Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. This measure takes a necessary and practical step towards modernizing the California Family School Partnership Act, which allows parents to take up to 40 hours of unpaid leave in a calendar year to participate in their children's educational development. The amendments taken in the Assembly were technical and aligned certain definitions with the Partnership Act and the Paid Sick Days Law. It's important to emphasize this bill does not increase the amount of time parents are entitled to take off under current law. Rather, it simply provides modest additional reasons working parents may have and may need to utilize existing job protections. This bill passed the Assembly on a 77-0 vote, has no opposition. I would appreciate your aye vote on concurrence.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. Block. I. Cannella. I. DeLeon. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Wesso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Latta. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. Wynn. I. Nielsen. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
Berryhill. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Mendoza. Aye. Morrell. Aye.
Ayes 38, no 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we're now going to move to file item 38. Senator Hertzberg. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 664 by Senator Hertzberg, enacting to water.
Senator Hertzberg.
How many members here think that in the near future we might suffer some level of seismic earthquake activity? Odds are it's pretty good. This is California. Well, in planning our water policy and in planning our governmental plans, we should plan ahead for those things. So this measure on concurrence simply says we've got to marry our planning for water with our planning for seismic activity. God asks for an aye vote on this measure.
Thank you, Senator Hertzberg. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 39, no 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we're now going to move to file item 39. Senator Wolk. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 707 by Senator Wolk, enacting to firearms.
Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. President and members. This is a bill that will keep concealed firearms off our school and college campuses other than those carried by authorized law enforcement. The Assembly amendments added an exemption for certain reserve peace officers in addition to exemptions for other peace officers. Amendments also allow for ammunition and firearms to be kept in the locked trunk of a vehicle on school grounds. It passed the Assembly 54-42 on a bipartisan vote with broad support from law enforcement and the education community. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Wolk. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. I. Berryhill. No. Block. I. Cannella. No. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines.
No.
No. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. I, Weso. I, Huff. No, Jackson. I, Lara. I, Leno. I, Leva. I, Liu. I, McGuire. I, Mendoza. I, Mitchell. I, Monning. I, Morlock. No, Morrell. No, Wynn. No, Nielsen. No, Pan. I, Pavley. I, Roth. No, Runner. No, Stone. No, Vidak. No, Wykowski. I, Wolk. Wolk, aye. Fuller, aye to no.
Secretary, please call the absent members.
De Leon. Galgioni.
Ayes 23, noes 15. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we're now going to move to file item 40, Senator Mendoza. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 708 by Senator Mendoza and act relating to pupil nutrition.
Senator Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I'm here to, SB 708 is back for concurrence. SB 708 was amended on the Assembly floor to make technical changes suggested by the administration. SB 708 will reduce the incidence of child hunger by establishing uniform standards for online school meal applications. The bill has no opposition and has received bipartisan unanimous support. Would respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Mendoza. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, members, would there be any objection to a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 39, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. We'll now move to file item 41, Senator Hertzberg. Committee on Governance and Finance, pass on file. File item 42, Senator Hertzberg. Secretary, please read.
Okay, we'll do the other one too.
This is file item 41.
Senate Bill 801 by the Committee on Governance and Finance and act relating to taxation.
Senator Hertzberg.
The esteemed Committee on Governance and Finance, in due deliberation, asks for your support of these measures.
Thank you, Senator Hertzberg. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, members, would there be any objection to a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 39, noes 0. The Assembly amendments are concurred with. File item 42. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 803 by the Committee on Governance, Finance, and act relating to taxation.
Senator Hertzberg.
The esteemed members of the Committee of Governance and Finance request your support of this measure.
Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, members, would there be any objection to unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 39, noes 0. Assembly amendments are concurred with. Members, we're going to start from the beginning. Senate third reading.